Hello and welcome to Do You Remembaer, an ongoing video series where every single week I read an article on Wikipedia and do my best to remember everything I can from said article so that I can present information to you and hopefully in an entertaining manner. And then in the comments you can let me know what I got right and what I got wrong, what I completely missed, or maybe you're like, oh Pat, I wish this was in that Wikipedia article about, in this case, List of Fictional Dogs. I'm speeding through this because I've got so many lists of dogs and I don't want to get those right. But anyway, you can find a link in the show description below. And in the comments, let me know also what you'd like to see me cover in the future. I know what I'm doing next week, but I don't know what I'm going to do after that. And I'm doing this until the end of December. So let me know. Now, this is a list of fictional dogs, not to be confused with a list of actual, real, and famous dogs or mythological dogs. There are Wikipedia articles about both those things, which are lists of both those things. Why they separate mythological and fictional, I don't know, but they do. Now, also, some of those lists would be too long for this Wikipedia page, so we will not be hearing about dogs from comics. We will not be hearing about dogs from films, animation, television, or animated films or animated television. Those are all separate, unique lists that exist in Wikipedia that we will not be covering here. So what's left? Books and songs. There are so many songs about dogs. There's a song by and also specifically not songs about metaphorical dogs, like You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog. That's not about a dog. That's about a jerk. You don't really call a rabbit, you ain't a friend of mine. That's not about a real dog. But like Cat Stevens wrote a song called I Love My Dog. I remember that. George Clinton wrote a song called Atomic Dog. That might actually be a metaphor, but they say it isn't. Peter, Paul, and Mary have a song about a dog. I think it's called Blue, or The Dog is Blue. There's a bunch of songs with old in the title. There's like 3 or 4 dogs named Old whatever that are performed. There's songs about where my dog is. There's a Mr. Bojangles. There's a dog that up and died. If you hear some background noise, I don't know if you are, but my neighbor just started using what sounds like a leaf blower. But I am not going to re-record this, so hopefully you won't hear it. But if you do, my apologies. They just started after I started doing this. That's fun. There is a song about Sinatra, but the dog that is named after Sinatra, the person. I remember that. Also, there's no list about video games. I should make that clear. There's no list about video games. There are more than one famous literary dog. That also includes poetry as well, named Gyp, which I thought was shitty, because Gyp, of course, short for gypsy, which is obviously a problem, that there are multiple dogs named that. I think one of them's in Dr. Dolittle, and then maybe that the David Copperfield book that I've never read. I'm trying to remember. There are there's a section for other fictional dogs. And that's like dogs from radio programs and commercials, and Microsoft Office Assistant has a dog. Just stuff like that. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else and then there's a list to like robot dogs, like robotic dogs that aren't in fiction or are in fiction, but there is a Wikipedia page for robotic dogs if you want that. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else that I don't know. There's like a web dog, like the logo for a website was listed as fictional dogs. Oh boy, I really wish I could remember more dogs. I don't know. Was this my best video for Pat Bear's Do You Remembaer? No, it wasn't the best Do You Remembaer. I do love that I like these lists, but I don't remember a lot of them. Oh, what am I talking about? There's like the Bulldog for Yale University. There's obviously a ton of sports dogs. And then there's we're not going to get into Snoopy here because Snoopy's not on this list. Snoopy's on at least 2 or to 3 other lists for like animated film, animation, and comics. So, you know, in television, we're not going to see that dog on this list. Norah Jones has a song about a dog. I forgot about that. And it's about an actual dog. It is not a metaphorical dog. And then Triumph, the Insult Comic Dog, would not be on this list because that is a television dog. A television fictional dog. So that would not be on this list. Oh, God. I really wish I could remember other things. I can't. I cannot help you with anything more for a list of fictional dogs. Let me know. Is there any fictional dogs that are on this list that you think, Pat, I can't believe you didn't mention this dog? Because, like, I can't talk about, like, Lassie. You know, like, Lassie's on a different list. Maybe I should have done a list of television dogs. You know, like, but I can't do that. You know, like, Scooby-Doo. That's animated and film, and because there's live action, and animated film. And television. So like no, none of the lists we got here. I guess there is the theme song to Scooby-Doo is probably listed on songs about a dog, like Where Are You, Scooby-Doo? That's probably listed on there. So I guess I could have talked about Scooby-Doo, and I just did now. And like the theme song to A Pup Named Scooby-Doo as a theme song. Is that listed in television, or is that on this list in songs? I don't remember. But yeah, there's a bunch of dogs. I just kind of wanted to see how many I could remember. And it turns out I can't remember all of them. Thank you so much for watching this video. Leave a like on it if you liked it. If you didn't like it, you don't have to tell me. And you could dislike it, but that would be a bummer. And no one else will see it except me. So thank you so much for watching this. Give me a suggestion for a future video, something you'd like to see me cover on Wikipedia, or another website. I could do other websites. Wikipedia is just easy to do. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.